This article is about the six-cylinder motorcycle made from 1978 to 1982. For Honda models with the prefix CBX, see Honda CBX, disambiguation. CBX. CBX 1000 arg.jpg. Manufacturer Honda. Production 1978 to 1982. Class Superbike. Engine 1047 cubic centimeters, 63.9 cu in, 24 valve, twin cam, air-cooled, inline 6. 6 carburetors. Bore stroke 64.5 mm x 53.4 mm, 2.54 in x 2.10 in. Compression ratio 9.3 to 1. Top speed 134 to 140 miles per hour, 216 to 225 kilometers per hour. Power 105 horsepower, 78 kilowatts, at 9,000 rpm, claimed, 1978 to 1980. 100 to 103 horsepower, 75 to 77 kilowatts, claimed, 1981-1982, 6, 7. 98 horsepower, 73 kilowatts rear wheel, 8. Torque 63 pound-foot, 85 Nm, at 8,000 rpm, claimed. Transmission 5-speed. Suspension front, 35 mm telescopic fork. Rear, twin shock. Brakes front, twin disc brakes 280 mm, 11 in. Rear, disc 305 mm, 12.0 in. Tires front 3.5 by 18 inch, rear 4.25 by 18. Rake, trail 27.5 degrees, 4.7 in, 120 mm. Wheelbase 1495 mm, 58.9 in. Dimensions L, 2220 mm, 87 in. W, 780 mm, 31 in. H, 1145 mm, 45.1 in. Seat height 810 mm, 32 in. Weight 246.7 kilograms, 544 pounds, 5, dry. 272 kilograms, 600 pounds, 5, wet. Fuel capacity 20 L, 4.4 imp gal, 5.3 US gal. Fuel consumption 6.00 L 100 km, 47.1 miles per gallon imp, 39.2 miles per gallon US. The Honda CBX sports motorcycle was manufactured by Honda from 1978 to 1982. With a 1047 cubic centimeters inline six-cylinder engine producing 105 brake horsepower, 78 kilowatts, it was the flagship of the Honda range. The CBX was well received by the press, but was outsold by its sibling introduced in late 1979, the Honda CB900F. Engine characteristics. Honda had produced a Honda RC Series six-cylinder race bike in the mid-1960s, but the CBX was Honda's first production six-cylinder road bike with this GP racing engine technology. The CBX's advanced DOHC 24-valve inline six-cylinder engine was its outstanding feature, but in other respects the bike was conventional, having telescopic forks, a tubular frame, twin rear shocks and straight handlebars. Although bulky, it was only 2 inches wider than a CB750. The width across the crankshaft was relatively narrow as the CBX had a stacked engine accessory arrangement, whereby the alternator and ignition items were positioned behind the cylinder block. This arrangement produced an acceptable engine width lowdown and moved critical items out of harm's way in the event of grounding. Journalist L. Jake K. Set-right wrote of the CBX's width, "Don't tell me that its engine is too wide. It is no wider than the legs of a rider, so it adds nothing to the frontal area, and personally I would rather have my legs shielded by a cylinder apiece than exposed to every blow." In 1981, Honda repositioned the CBX into the sport touring category with the CBXB, detuning the engine to 98 horsepower, 73 kilowatts, and adding Pro-Link monoshock rear suspension, air-adjustable 39mm front forks, a fairing and optional panniers with a stronger frame to support these additions. The CBX was given ventilated dual front brake discs due to the increased weight. The 1982 model CBX C model differed little from the 1981 model, having only some changes to paint and trim. Reception. In the February 1978 issue of Cycle magazine, editor Cook Nielsen wrote this of a review of a pre-production bike, after a 4-day review at Orange County Raceway, Willow Springs Raceway, and the Webco Dynamometer. The objective, to build the fastest production motorcycle for sale anywhere in the world, has been met. Comparing the CBX to the CB900F, Setwright added, the CBX feels better and goes better, and the difference is greater than the difference in price, so the costlier bike is actually the better bargain. The CBX engine is as responsive as a racer, the nicest cycle motor to ever reach the street. The CBX was predated by the 6-cylinder 1972 to 1978 Benelli 750 SCI based on the Honda CB504, but it was the latest and most advanced entry into the competitive superbike market. A review in Cycle magazine called the CBX a breakthrough for the Japanese motorcycle industry and praised its design, concept, and performance. The CBX was available on the market in late 1978, and the production model was even faster than the prototype. Cycle World got attested a quarter-mile time of 11.6 seconds at 117.95 miles per hour, 189.82 kilometers per hour. The 1978 bike was also the first bike they tested to go over 130 miles per hour, 210 kilometers per hour. The 1979 CBX could cover a quarter mile in 11.36 seconds with a terminal speed of 117.95 miles per hour, 189.82 kilometers per hour. But later CBXs with the addition of saddlebags and a fairing were detuned, and showed the 1981 CBX had lost 5 HP compared to the 1978 model, from 105 horsepower down to 100 horsepower. Cycle Guide praised the bike as the Vincent Black Shadow of 1979 upon its introduction. 16. In 2011, Australian publication Two Wheels magazine named the CBX as one of their favourite 12 superbikes ever. To avoid confusion with Honda CBX series bikes, the CBX is sometimes referred to as the CBX 1000.